I believe we are live. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. My name is Uzair, and thanks for joining in today's live stream. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box on the right hand side, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So today what we are going to do. Hello everyone. I believe we are live. Okay, there's a bit of a. Thanks for joining in. That's a bit better. Okay, sorry, there was a bit of an echo over here. So before we get started, if you've got any questions, then yeah, please put that on the chat box on the right hand side, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So today I'm going to go through a few things about landing pages, and I've got what else have I got? How to set up your funnel, and also a bit on remarketing. So let's get started. I'm just gonna have a quick look on the chat. Okay, so that's fine. Everybody can hear me okay? All right. So I'm going to bring on my iPad. And I believe you can see my iPad. Okay. So first of all, I had a few questions about landing pages. Why do you need one for your Google Ads campaigns? Why not send them directly through to your website? The difference between a landing page and a web page is that a web page has got many call to actions. So let's have a look at a web page. I'm gonna look at my one. I've got all these links, got lots of information about Google Ads, analytics, video marketing, web design, and so on. A landing page should only be focused on only one topic, subject, offer, or with only one call to action. You don't want multiple call to actions where you got perhaps a call to action to play the video or start a conversation, make a phone call, WhatsApp, and so on. And this is why we do not send traffic to a homepage especially. It's far too confusing for the visitor. They get confused, and what you want to do is to keep it simple. So for example, let's go into one of my one. So the biggest difference between a home page or a web page and a landing page is, on the landing page we usually don't have a navigation bar, which you see over here. This is where the potential visitor can leak away from our page, and the conversions will go down. Whereas over here, the focus is just on a single message. So I've got a headline, a bit of a couple of lines of subheading, a video, and then the arrows are pointing towards that call to action as to what I want them to take. And all I need is their name and email, and then they get entered into my email marketing. And that is it. This landing page is pretty short. It's not a long form sales page where you've got a very lengthy page. It's straight to the point as to what this form is going to give you. Enter your details to download your free template. So that is my promise, and that's the offer you are going to get when you get the email. When you enter your name and email, you'll be able to download that template. So that's all you need to do, is to think of creating a landing page which is solely focused on one offer only. So every business, especially for lead generation, they've got multiple services like ours have, web design, Google Ads, analytics, video marketing, and so on. But this page is questions, which I will come to at the end of before the end of the session. But I just want to go through a few things about landing pages and the funnel. So let's go into the funnel setup, which is where a lot of people make a big mistake about leaking away their traffic. Okay, so let me connect my iPad. Okay, that's working. So what is a funnel? And then you divide that into 3 sections. Okay, so the top of the funnel, tofu, we are getting in front of our audience, and they don't know who we are, what we do. We're introducing our brand, product, or service in front of them. The best way and the easiest way, which I would recommend, is with video. It's the quickest, the fastest, and the cheapest way. Just like you're watching my video either live or afterwards as a recording, you are coming across me and looking at me, listening to me, and you can see what I'm teaching and talking about. And if you like what I do, then perhaps you will go onto my website or a landing page or wherever I've got an offer and perhaps sign up. The other one is the Google Display Network, GDN. Then you can also run the same video ads on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or wherever you want to do. So many channels you have. There is no excuses where somebody comes to me and says, well, I don't know how to promote my business or products. You've got all these channels. Is the easiest way. Right now I'm on my desk reaching out to the world, and I've been doing this for the last 2 years through my YouTube channel. So I'm just focusing on creating high quality content, and once you do this consistently, you are going to get customers, you're going to get leads, you're going to make money, and you'll have a nice little business, a big business as well. So the first thing is to create that content. Get in front of the video camera, get in front of your smartphone, and create videos. You don't need expensive kit. So we do that. Create the content, and the video is so cheap. I think in one of my other lessons or sessions, I'm going to show you some of my Facebook and YouTube data as to how cheap it is. It doesn't even cost us a penny for a view. It's so cheap on Facebook. Whereas a lot of people say Facebook is very expensive, is because they are targeting the wrong way. When with video views, it is very cheap, because not many businesses are doing it. All they want is a conversion. The conversion is going to happen over here, right, and not over here. You want. So if you find that your top of your funnel traffic is not converting, don't worry about it, because you are priming your audiences to go down the funnel. Then middle of the funnel, you have some more ads, perhaps a remarketing campaign with more content. And then over here at the bottom of the funnel, you go with your offer to sell. Most people try to sell at the top, and that just doesn't work, and pretty much they give up very quickly. So this is where you want to create up your funnel. So let me just delete all of this, and I'll show you how we set up our funnel. So just like I showed you my landing page just now, that is the start of my funnel. So what I've got is what's happening here. Okay, so I've got Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, let's look at the top four. Yeah, that's my landing page. Now, majority of them will not convert on the first visit to your website. So what you want to do is to set up your pixel or your tag. You must set these up on your landing page so they are pixeled in. Doesn't matter if you are not running a Google, Facebook, LinkedIn or Instagram ads. Pixel them in, so at least in the future when you decide to run a campaign, you have the data. You're not starting from zero. So the first thing you do that, and this is the first thing which I see on a lot of the campaigns, that they haven't put in their pixels. Then the landing page, you've got two options. They will either convert or don't convert, right? So if they convert, they go to my email list. Now this could be on MailChimp, we personally use ActiveCampaign for our business, or any other email marketing software. There are loads of them. So they are saying yes to you, but then a lot of them will say no. What do you do with them? Don't leave them, and don't let them go away. And this is where you start your remarketing campaigns, right? And then you go to Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now you don't have to do all of them. The more you can, the more you can remarket to, the better your results are going to be, because wherever your audiences go, you'll be able to capture them there on all of these places. So what I would highly recommend is you set up a remarketing campaign. And what this does is, we want to be like an octopus. So wherever I'll try and draw one. I'm not sure if I can draw a nice. My daughter probably will be pretty good at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll get the gist. So wherever they go, we want to capture them, right? Instagram, LinkedIn, then we've got Quora. I haven't started Snapchat, but I've heard that is the next big thing, Snapchat, and so on. So you've got so many platforms, and you know that they were interested in your offer because they came through to your landing page first of all, but they weren't ready. They didn't say absolutely 100% no, but they weren't ready at that point in time. So you don't let them leak away, and you will find that the remarketing campaign is going to give you some great results as well. Okay, so let me go on to the chat and see what's been happening. Okay, hi Zamir, hello Nick, hi Max Ahmed and Just Rose. Okay, social on top, hello there. What is the ad spend you recommend for landing page? Well, it really doesn't matter what ad spend has nothing to do with the landing page. It really depends on where you want to advertise. So if you're advertising in a 5-mile radius around you, then you need a smaller budget. If you are going to a city, a county, a country, or internationally, then it depends on what you want to, how much you want to budget. What I would recommend, if it's a small amount or a small campaign, start locally. Get your campaigns to be profitable and then scale it. And what I mean by scaling is, if you can't scale it by location, because if you're only serving a 5-mile radius around you, let's say you're a doctor or a plumber or a dentist like that, you can't run your campaigns 50 miles away from you, because nobody's going to come to you, and also you don't want to go to them. They're too far. So by scaling, what I mean is, then you can go onto YouTube, you can go onto Google, you can go onto Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. There's so many places, and on each channel you can run different types of ads. You can run text ads, you can run video, you can run display or image. You see, you can run Gmail. I mean, I haven't even talked about that. So there are so many different ways to scale it, and then you will find that in that location, or in that all those areas where you are targeting, everybody will have heard, seen, or known about you and your business. So that's what I mean by scaling. So I hope that answered that question. Okay, hi Zamir. I'm in Kuwait. I'm running call only ads. How to set call conversion, because there is no Google call forwarding service in Kuwait. Yes, this is the problem at the moment in a lot of the Middle Eastern countries, where you don't have call conversions. So there are a couple of ways where you can optimize it, is by don't run call only, because you cannot track your calls. But if you want to check it manually, how much is your spent, which is not the scientific way of doing it, and see how many calls you are getting, and you divide your monthly spend by the number of calls, that's one way. But then you're flying blind. The only way you can do that is by the number of clicks on the ads, and which ads are giving you the most clicks. That will tell you the calls. What I would recommend is, Kuwait is a fairly small country. Run these campaigns on these channels. You have your text ads, video ads, display ads, and have a complete strategy, and not just focus on call ads only, unless your business is based on calls. So for example, plumbers, dentists, insurance companies, they are all mostly run on call ads. But from the branding perspective, I would highly recommend you go on display and video. Okay, hi Just, how are you? Hope you are keeping well and safe. Okay, how fast should a website be, by the way, in regards to bounce rate? Again, two different things. The first question, how fast the website needs to be, it needs to be lightning fast. Because if you have a slow loading website, especially on the mobile device, you will lose conversions, and it is a fact. And if you read all the information on the internet with in relation to a slow loading website compared to a fast loading website, you will find that the fast loading website will convert higher and convert more. So it's worth putting in that investment to make your websites faster. What I would say to with regards to the bounce rate is it's not directly proportional or relevant to the speed of the page. The bounce rate is, many people look at it at the wrong way, because what's happening is they think, oh, my bounce rate is very high. But if you have given them that information on that page and then they've gone away, that's a completely different thing. But with Google Analytics, what I do normally, and we do for all our clients, is set up event tracking. So for example, what is an event tracking and not a conversion? Event tracking is when somebody clicks on the video button on a website, or they click on the social button or the email button on that page, or they've scrolled to the bottom of the page, and then we start setting up goals. And that way your bounce rate will start to go down, and you'll be able to see whether that traffic source is giving you or sending you good quality traffic or junk traffic, because it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of the traffic. You want to have less traffic but high converting traffic compared to lots of traffic but which don't convert. So if you want to talk about it or need to learn a bit more about how to do this, then yeah, by all means get in touch with us. Okay. Okay, thank you, Max Ahmed, for your comment. Yeah, I appreciate you guys turning up as well, learning over here. And this is what's happening. A lot of people are stuck at home doing nothing, watching TV, movies, Netflix. But you guys are with me trying to learn, improve your skills and your expertise. So yeah, keep doing it, keep working away. And this is the ideal opportunity where nobody can say, I don't have time. We all have time right now, except time we have nothing. We can't even go outside. So you've got time. Pick a topic, a subject, whether you want to become really good on Google, Facebook, YouTube. Pick up a topic and just go after it big time, and just focus on the next 90 days. Give yourself a goal that I'm going to achieve this at the end of 90 days. And I can promise you, if you do this religiously and regularly, you will achieve your goal. Okay, hi Pro Noob. When we target a specific audience on Google Ads, does Google show only to them or no? Well, you need to set up your targeting as to how you set up your targeting. I guess you are referring on the Google Display Network. You test it. You test affinity audience versus in-market audience. You test keyword traffic versus topic, and then see what happens. Sometimes I overlap them as well and see what happens. And nobody knows where and how Google shows your ads, right? But if it wasn't good and people were wasting money, then people will stop using this platform. Whereas if you set up the right tracking and tracking the conversions, you will know which audiences are working, which ones aren't working, and it's going to be 80-20. 20% will give you 80% of the results, and that's all you need to do, is to work out as quickly as possible that 20% and then start to scale on them. Okay, greetings from Norway. Hello there, how are you? Weirdox. Okay, thanks for great videos and help. I can't get stable campaigns. Some days my landing page generates 10 sales and then 3 days with nothing and all revenue is gone. What to do? That's a really good question. You will find that it is not let me do this and I'll show. Okay, so when we are running a campaign, what most people expect is this. They want the campaigns to go like that, right? Let's say this is conversions. But in reality, what happens is that it'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, and so on. Very rarely you'll find it goes like the blue line. As long as the trend is going up, then you don't need to worry too much about it. But if the trend is starting to go down, then you know something is wrong. So you need to look at the data not on a day or a week at a time. You look at 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And then you will see this trend. Which way are you going? And you will find that, okay, I've had 10 sales the last few days and then no sales in the last couple of days. But as long as you are achieving this, and secondly, the overall ROAS, I believe you are running an e-commerce website because you are selling something. As long as the ROAS is as per your target ROAS, which could be 300%, 500%, or whatever it may be, as long as you are hitting that, then you don't need to worry too much about it, because if you make too many changes too quickly, the algorithm gets confused, and this is the biggest mistake you can make, and you will make your campaigns perform even worse because you're making too many changes. Just leave it. Don't get stressed. Oh my God, Google has taken away all my profit. As long as it is going up, obviously the conversions and your cost per conversion or your ROAS is within your target number, then you don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, Max Ahmed, my call only ad is being deleted and I don't know why. Is it something often happen? Who deleted your ads? Google. Well, they can't delete your ads. They can suspend your account or anyone's account. So at the moment their support is obviously very thin. Once we're all back up and running, then get in touch with them and they'll be able to help you out. Okay, hi Sai, good to have you here. Please show us some light on Tag Manager today or next time. Yes, Tag Manager is something I've been working on. And those of you who don't know what Google Tag Manager is, it's a great way to keep all your tags together in one place. So as I said earlier on, we've got Google tags, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Quora, all of these tags and you keep putting them in on your website, it slows it down. So with Tag Manager, you need to know a little bit of JavaScripting, but I'm working on something where even the beginner or somebody who has never used Tag Manager will be able to use it. So stay with me for the next week or so, and I'll have some good news for you. Okay, hello Shiraz. Oh, how are you? Okay, I'm from India. I have a query. Okay. Whenever we set call only campaign, Google Ads show more number of hits and deducts the amount accordingly, whereas the number of calls. Okay, so what you are saying is, Shiraz, is you're getting the clicks but not the calls, and this will happen. Ideally, you want to have as high the percentage of calls from the clicks. So unfortunately, this is part and parcel of the game. Unless it is click fraud, then you need to have a look at it as to why you are getting so many clicks and no calls. We have run call only campaigns for a lot of our clients for locksmiths, plumbers, etc. So the ratio between the phone call, the click, and the call is about between 50 to 75%. So that way you will have a good profitable campaign. But if your ratio from the click to the call is in the low 20% or 10%, then you know something is wrong. Look into perhaps looking into click fraud, because if it's and also it depends on the kind of service. If it's an emergency service, like we're running campaign for an ambulance service in Chennai in India, so their call to click to calls is a lot higher because somebody needs an ambulance in an emergency. Or if you got a leakage, a water leak in the house, or you lost your keys to get into your home or office or car, then you need to have these people to help you out as quickly as possible. So it also depends on the kind of business you're in. If the call ads are not working for you, then try some other ads. There are so many different ads. Why stick with call only? And call only ads will be the most expensive ones because they convert the best. So try something else and see what happens. Okay, hi Casey. What is the best way to calculate ROI for Google search ads? What metrics should you look at, and what does equation look like? Okay. I'll do that for you. Alright, so first of all, you need to work out the ROI. Alright, so we're looking at lead generation. So let's say you get 10 calls, or somebody filled in a form, yeah, and then we'll keep things very simple. You get a percentage of, let's say, 5 of them convert to become a customer, right? Each customer is worth, let's say, £100. Right? So the total money you've earned or sales you've got is 5 times 100 is 500, right? And then you divide that 500 by the number of calls. So this is your value per conversion. Now you need to put this value in fact it's the ideal time you send that, because I was going to show this for someone else, and I'll show you what you need to do. Is you go into your conversions, and this is what most people don't do. They don't put this value, the number, in the conversion setup. So I'm gonna go, doesn't matter what it is, website or a phone call, or it really doesn't matter, right? So I'm gonna say submit lead form, right? This is where you put in, you must put in that value. And now Google Ads is going to track. As soon as a conversion happens, it will attribute 50 to that conversion value, and then you can work out how much return on investment you are getting, how much money you spent on that ad, and how much value you've got. The most important thing is that this bit, this conversion rate. If this is correct, then you are going to get the accurate result of the value per conversion. But if this is incorrect, then what will happen is, if you are running this campaign for your client and you are telling your client, well, your campaigns are getting a positive ROI, but your client will say, hey, I'll run out of cash because I'm not getting any. It's because they are not converting this number. They may have just told you to impress you. Quite often they do it. They pluck a figure out of thin air and say, well, we convert 50% or 60% of our leads, whereas the reality is it could be a lot different. So you make sure that this is absolutely 100% correct, and you will find that you will never go wrong with your conversion tracking. So this is how you do this, and this is only on the first time. Another thing you need to consider is this. So this is your first time order or sales or whatever you want to call it. Now a lot of the time customers will come back repeatedly. So let's say, for example, a beauty clinic, right? So they may come for manicure, pedicure, or laser hair removal or things like that at least 4 times more in the next 12 months, right? And they've spent more money with you or your customer. So you had given an average value of, let's say, first time order is 100 pounds, and every time they come they spend another 100. So they've earned, or you have earned, another 400. So you've got to take this into account, and this is what we call a customer lifetime value. Now this does not mean until the customer dies, right? We usually look at between 12 to 24 months, and then you'll be able to tell your client, okay, look, every time I get you a client, you're going to earn 500 because that's what your data tells you. So why are you then bidding on just 100 pounds? Because you are going to restrict your bids and your cost per acquisition. So instead of, if that was the case, 100 pounds, then your CPA, or the cost per acquisition, could be, let's say, at the maximum 20 pounds or 20 to 30 pounds or whatever. I'm just picking out a number. But if you are earning 400 or 500 every time, your CPA could be 100. Now the guy who is, or the girl who is bidding the most to buy that customer at a higher price from Google will always win. You'll beat this lot every time. So you always run your campaigns on the customer lifetime value and not on the first time order. Okay, so hope that answered your question. Okay, just 2 questions. For a wedding grounds ad, what should be the landing page be? Booking or info on the page? I would say both. I mean, it really depends on how quickly they will book you. This is for a wedding venue, I guess. So the bride especially will not book you, but they will send you a form to book an appointment or a free consultation. So for that, absolutely, you put in that information, who you are, what you do, what you offer, some client testimonials, and then a contact form, because they may be surfing and searching at late in the evening when you are closed. So at least they have the choice of the facility to fill in that form to send you that information, and you can contact them. Okay, just for a school website, that should be the logical landing page to maximize registrations. I'm not sure what that means, just so if you can resend that. Okay, hi Shiraz. The number is IVR and it can handle multiple calls at same point of time. In this case, is click fraud. How to address them? Well, if it is click fraud, then what you need to do is you need to install some click fraud app. So just Google click fraud, Google Ads click fraud app. You'll find a few and try whichever one you like, and try and see if it makes a difference. Hi Nick, will you post this video on your channel when done? I know you have courses but cannot see them on your website. Are these still available? Yeah, this video goes on the channel, and we then upload it to our social media as well. So all of these YouTube lives go on online as well. So brilliant. So I've covered all the questions. Thank you for being with me, and I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll be back online tomorrow at 5 o'clock UK time. See you then. If you have any questions, either send it to me by email or in the chat box tomorrow, and we'll cover a couple of more. I think I'll cover setting up a YouTube campaign, a video campaign. I had quite a few emails about that. So tomorrow I'll go through how to set up your first YouTube channel. Stay safe and work hard, learn, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Bye for now.